Good morning and welcome to Fuck It Today. I'm Sonia, your pod hostess and guest, and I just wanted to give you a little shout out from my grandma Lucas, badass eagle up in heaven, and giving us a little help down here for some strength and hope. So yeah, I'm hoping everybody is out there being safe and healthy, and I'm feeling this creative renaissance in my own mind, in my own self renaissance, I guess. But it's all good, and I'm sharing some things that hopefully will give you a smile and make you feel good and give that little shot of maybe motivation if you need it to look at the now right now that we're experiencing. Like we're self-contained in our houses or apartments or wherever you're in your in-house quarantine. So make the best of it. And I'm staying with the ocean theme, okay? And this one doesn't rhyme though, I promise. It's not how to make your boat float or how to ride the motion of the ocean. It goes along with it though. The segue is nice, and it's from a quote that this author wrote, and he wrote this book called Salts from My Attic, and it's 1928, and this guy was a professor, he was an author, and he was a sailor, and his life was the sea and sailing and adventures. And so he put this compilation of quotes and different sayings that was how he lived his life, and he put together in this book called Salt from My Attic. And check it out, it's a neat book. But the quote that really stands out the most, and probably is the most famous, is the one that even military uses, some generals and captains of Navy and so forth, to motivate their crew. And it's a ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are built for. And that speaks volumes, and it's just saying get out of your comfort zone. It's safe in the harbor, you're safe there, that's your safety net, and that's how most people live. And the quote's saying, that's not what ships are built for. They're built to go out there and adventure and journey and explore, even if it's risky and you hit some storms or you end up on a dock you're not supposed to, or maybe it's a bad landing, it might be a bad idea, but at least you're out there and you're exploring and you're living, and that just resonates to me volumes, especially for what we're going through with this pandemic, is doing a reset as a planet. And you may already be on a path, before the tsunami pandemic hit. I'm one of them. I was on a new chapter. I still am, but I've been going in this new journey, fortunately, thank God, since I arrived in Phuket. Not very long ago, I was in a bad place, and if you read my story or know me, that not long ago I was down and out and in really dark place, and I made a decision to have the courage and do something about it. And here I am. Who would have thought I'd be sitting alone by myself for weeks on end in a bungalow in Thailand? But not a bad place to be if you're going to be stuck somewhere in your house, right? So I can't complain. And every day is I'm getting more clarity. I've been sober. I made a commitment to myself to not drink while I'm in-house, contained by myself. Luckily, I can talk to you. And so, every day, and now I haven't been in-house, I haven't been in quarantine for weeks on end, so I might be in a couple of weeks my head might be shaved and my hair, my clothes are on backwards or something, but okay for now, everything's all good still. No, I'm just being goofy, but I can say that I haven't regretted it for a second. And some people that know, good friends, family, they're like, what the hell are you doing still there? Oh hi, our whole world's shut down, and but God, I have peace, man. It's like the best thing that I could have ever done. I feel like I hit the lotto, and it's been really fun to create these stories and share some of the positivity with you guys, and hopefully help anybody that's willing to listen for 2 seconds. So anyway, I just wanted to share this beautiful book. And so check it out. Get online, just poke around on it. But he has it's about really how this man really lived, John Shedd. And although vintage, it's current too. To me, it's just like speaks volumes. And so figure out what your ship looks like. You know, what is your ship going to look like when we can get out, when we have freedom again? You know, whatever the normal is in our world. You know, what are you going to do? And what can you do now to get there? And I'm already doing things now. I'm here for a reason. I went here for yoga, school, and now I'm going to take it to, the next level. And I'm going to keep floating in my boat and keep paddling. And I'm getting my ship. I already got my ship out of the harbor, baby. I'm 2 steps ahead of you. So get your ship out of the freaking harbor. Get some balls and get out of that safety net, out of that comfort zone, and get your ship out there and just see where it's going to take you. And, maybe you've had a dream to travel, to Canada, or to build some kind of car, or or maybe you have, an old junk lawnmower in the garage. I don't know. And then you want to rent it, bring it back to life. Whatever your thing is, there's no judgment. It's just whatever, something that you've wanted to do for a long time, or you've got a room sitting there that you, even in quarantine, you're like, keep walking by the door because you don't want to go in there because you're afraid there might be some like live bats or something in there. Oh, I shouldn't say bats. That's not funny, because that is with the whole Corona thing. But like, there might be some live, monster in there. But open up the door, get to it, and clean out the closet or whatever you have that's been sitting there looking at you for a long time. But get out of the harbor and fly, and get on that boat and let your sails sail. And I can tell you personally, from my personal experience, just in a few months, I mean, I'm still digging through a lot of things that were very, painful. That a place where I let myself get into in an environment, and in a place that wasn't healthy for me at all, and I allowed it. But I'm also allowing myself and making things turn around and making it better. So this is all up to us as individuals anyway. So figure out where your ship's going. And I think, this journalist, I wanted to share this with you, journalist said it best, explaining that this quote, that a ship in the harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. And he says its meaning is fairly clear, that it's better to get out and do things you want to do, or the things you need to do, than to sit and rot and do nothing. Even if you fail, at least you'll have tried, and at least you'll have done something and learned something extraordinary in the process. So be extraordinary and get your ship going. Get it out of that harbor and go. Live life. All right, you guys have a great day, and everybody take care of themselves and be healthy and be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.